Was working for you out there, setting the career high 14 Ks, going 8 innings, probably 123 pitches, probably a career high as well. What was kind of working for you?
Just competing. I mean, fastball location wasn't really totally there. Just changing it up. Today was probably the first outing I've ever actually had a slider working for me. So, I mean, that was a bonus. We were cracking jokes in the dugout about that. I was actually able to throw a third pitch today, so that was good. And just kind of, like I said, just going out there and competing, just having fun. Coming off of a bad start against Arizona State, I knew I had something to prove, and I like to think I showed what I was made of today.
How much different is your approach when you're out there on the mound when you have that third pitch, when you get that slider going?
It's huge just because you're confident. You know that you have confidence knowing that if you throw one bad pitch, so like throw one bad changeup, you can go to the slider, and pretty comfortable with left-handed hitters, not just throwing only fastballs to lefties. And I mean, they had 2 or 3 in their lineup today, so that was big. I mean, didn't get Luis out too many times, but still, that last time was big and just kind of kept the momentum going, which is huge.
He seems like a pretty hard guy to get out, Luis.
Oh, jeez. That was awesome. That was awful. I don't want to ever face that guy again.
He's the only guy that gets any hits off of you, though. So, how are you able to kind of mix your pitches in and out? It looked like the ability to throw your fastball outside and kind of get them looking to change up a little bit, especially the right-handed batters, getting them looking outside and then bust them in. It seemed like you were able to do that really well today.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of always my approach, and going in there, that's kind of what you see is what you get. I mean, today it worked. There's going to be days where it's not going to work, and they're going to be all over it. So, I was just fortunate today that it went my way, and I know that in the future it's not going to in some outings. So it's just what I'm going to go out there and do.
Tell me about your progression. As a freshman, you get thrown into the rotation, a couple of injuries. You were kind of asked to give 5, maybe 6 innings. To now come out and be on Sunday and give 8 innings like that, how have you kind of progressed from your freshman year to now to be able to do that?
Well, we kind of joked around with our trainer, Justin, because he always hated when I pitched freshman year because I would go 2 hours, 3 hours for 5 innings, and he would just hate it because he would have to stay longer. And then today, I think the game was like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, a little bit better for 8 innings. So just kind of tempo-wise, I think I've done a lot better job doing that, and then also just maturity, knowing I can hang with these guys. I mean, after outings of Thomas Eschman and Justin Garza, I kind of felt like the mud of the group, and just kind of that guys were kind of just licking their chops going up there. And but now I feel like we got a really good group of guys, and so not one guy stands out above all of them, so that's really good, and kind of just gives me the confidence to go out there and just pound.
Having that approach, kind of getting up there and wanting that tempo, is that from having extra confidence? I mean, the confidence of knowing that where your pitches are going every time?
Yeah, and I mean, just also watching some of the best pitchers in the country. I mean, freshman year, watching Ashton Gars, facing Dylan Tate, Carson Fulmer. I mean, those are some pretty big-name guys. Last year, facing some other first-rounders, and kind of their all-common theme is that they all had kind of just good tempos, and they all pounded the zone. So just watching them kind of go about it and realizing that that's something I need to work on and just pound the zone and work on my tempo, that was kind of a big reason to helping me get success out on the mound.
When you have a game where it's 1-0, does that make it, do you kind of lock in a little bit more, knowing that there's no room for error? Because especially a team like that can hit the long ball pretty easily, 5 or 6 guys in the lineup. Does that kind of keep you locked in a little bit more, make you concentrate a little bit extra?
I wouldn't say the score necessarily kept me more locked in. I think their lineup kept me more locked in, knowing that they came in and they had, I think, like 12 or 15 home runs as a team. We have 3, and just kind of knowing they're going to be competing up there, and they're not going to be easy outs 1 through 9. So that kind of kept me more locked in, and also just in Sundays, it's a little tough for some people to, and I mean me too, sometimes to stay locked in the whole entire weekend. I mean, I'm a guy that's high energy Friday and Saturday. I'm up on the fence, and sometimes I got to remember that I have to kind of stay calm and on Fridays and Saturdays and keep some energy for this game. So just trying to stay up on that and just going after them, I think, is trying to stay even keel throughout the weekend, I guess.
Speaking of high energy, how did it feel pitching in that 7th inning with all the howling going back and forth between dugouts?
That was probably the coolest moment of my baseball career. Those guys over there, we've become friends, and so hearing them, that was kind of the highest level of energy they've had. And then they were going kind of back and forth. And then I threw 3 balls in a row, and then just kind of after strike, they kind of kept on getting louder and louder. And then after striking that guy out, I mean, I knew that my pitch count was high, so I thought that could be my last inning. And I think that was kind of the most exciting moment of my baseball career so far.
So, with that being said, which felt better, the first strikeout of the inning or the last strikeout of the inning?
Last, 100%. That was by far one of the coolest moments of my life.
Did you take a look at the gun, because you hit 93 on that one? That was like the hardest pitch of the game. And did that get you to the finish line?
I think so. I mean, I think I was talking to them. I think towards like the fourth inning, I kind of hit a second gear where I just felt like I was able to go as long as possible. I think that's why they kept me in. My arm felt good, and just sometimes I felt a little overamped, and that's what happened when I started off Stadjar 3-0, and then kind of getting locked back in and finding a way to kind of get there. But that was really cool, having all of our fans get behind me, strike after strike, and then just competing with me up there. It was a really cool feeling, knowing that it wasn't just me back there, and it wasn't just the guys on the field, but it was the 1,500 people that were here today.